Okay, hello everybody. I hope that you guys are super well. Welcome to all the leaders on the call. Just quickly, the QR code is 8843. I say that again, 8843. I'll repeat it again at the end of the meeting. Welcome to all the leaders, all the presidentials and gold executives and silver executives and all the EDs and above. Let me tell you, people are moving, they're changing the world, they are flying. So what I want to share with you tonight is quickly, well, my name is Heike Berg. For those that are brand new on this call, maybe this is the first time that you're ever going to see the compensation plan, actually drawn out. So I'm standing like this because I'm actually going to be standing like this and I'm going to be drawing. So just quickly things about the compensation plan. So just to kind of give you guys a background of what happened prior to COVID. So there's a whole bunch of associates that have signed up during COVID. And of course, they saw an opportunity meeting online on a Zoom call probably, and kind of that's the culture that they got used to by inviting people to watch the Zoom call. Okay, so none of the presidentials, not even the platinums, JP, Vince van der Linde, all the silver PDs, all of those guys went PD by showing plans on Zoom. So that is a flippin' great thing to know. We all went PD by showing the plan, sitting next to somebody in a coffee shop, showing a person, showing you maybe a little video, telling our story, and then showing you how the business works. Very plain, very simple, and keep it as basic as possible because people need to see how duplicatable it is. You can study this in an hour and go and show a plan. It's called some people call it the napkin plan or the drawing plan or whatever, but when we do house meetings and the people on this call, and when you start doing house meetings, this is probably how you're going to show the plan. Of course, you can have the slides there with a Zoom and do that. But if you have somebody in your house sitting there that doesn't have a computer or doesn't have a smart TV, how is he going to do a house meeting? So when we come and we do house meetings and people in the team do house meetings, they have a board like this. So I recommend everybody that's serious about this business has to have a board like this, because this is how you're going to present meetings. So first up, about showing the plan, I really want to say to you guys, showing the plan isn't about talking about all the facts and showing people all the features of the business. People don't buy that. People buy you. They buy your story. They buy your enthusiasm. They look in your eyes and they see your conviction. They buy your excitement. So the first thing about showing a plan is always know, to stay excited and to kind of give people hope. So what we do and the way we were taught and the way we teach our team is that you start with your story. Always start with your story. You'll always see when everybody presents, they'll always tell their story, what they did prior to Manatech, what their life was like, what the challenges were all about, being real about it, and then how Manatech found them, whether it was through the products or why you kind of started in this business, your reason for getting involved. And then obviously the hope that actually, is out there for people, whether you want to retire, whether you want to make extra money, you don't know where that person is at when you show him the plan. The reason the Zoom calls seem so complete is because, sometimes you don't know who you're talking to. Some people, sign up after the first testimony. They listen to some testimony and they say, I want this, I want to sign up now. Some other people, hold on quickly. Let me just do the muting here. Just want to mute everybody quickly. Sorry about that. Hold on. Sorry about that. This is being recorded, so don't worry. You can actually go through this as much as you want. So we are recording and we're going to put it on the groups tomorrow morning. So, you never know who you're talking about. If there's a CD called the DISC Personalities, it's around in Manatech. It's important to know what kind of personality are you talking to. Are you talking to a D, an I, an S, and C? Certain personalities want to know every single fact, and they want to know, everything about the comp plan. Other people don't. Other people want to get involved with Mission 5 Million because they've got servant hearts, But the idea of showing a plan to somebody is to really keep it as simple as possible and to get him excited so that he can go, shucks, man, I can do that. That's the idea of showing a plan. You want to touch his heart, make him get excited. You don't have to go into all the detail and everything. So usually when I go and show a plan, so I always start with my story. I start with my story and I start with my dreams. And I ask people, think about what are your dreams? What are the things that you want to do? And then usually, now I know that Johan and people, they always do this on their plan. I like showing this in a home meeting. I like drawing a line, and I call this the 40-year plan. The reason I show this to people is because, can everybody see? I hope you guys can see. Is that okay, Johan? I hope so. I hope it's not flaring. Good. Thumbs up. Yaku, thank you. The reason I show this to people is just to help people understand why we are where we are at. It's important to help a person understand that he is where he is because of his mindset and because of the system, And what we are taught our entire lives is called the 40-year plan. The 40-year plan looks like this. You are probably going to start working at the age of, let's say, 25. It could be earlier, after studies or whatever. You could have started working at the age of 18 years old or whatever. But the system tells us at 65, that is retirement. Now, if you are in South Africa and you're 65-year Caucasian male and you leave your work, let me tell you, your options are very few. It's very, very few. But this is what they call the 40-year plan. And kind of this is what your life is going to look like. And this is so easy to inspire people. That's you. That's your work. And for 40 years, this is what you're going to be doing. Go to work, come back home. Go to work, come back home. Go to work, come back home. Go to work, come back home for 40 years. Okay? Now, what is interesting about the 40-year plan is if you work out what your salary, what your salaries would look like, you would probably, receive, I think it's 480 or 460 paychecks. That's it. Paychecks, of which 160 of them go to tax. Okay, that's it. In this equation, 1 out of 100 people that start here, 1 out of 100 can retire. That's shocking. I mean, think about it. If you had to take 2 weeks leave a year, now that's usually what people get, 2 weeks leave in a year. You will have a total of 2 years holiday your entire life. Only 2 years. And in those 2 years, do you really rest? Do you really have holiday? Well, probably not, because it's kids and it's this and it's that. And, but here's the interesting thing. Okay. Here's the interesting thing. If you are 40 today, I'm 43. If you're about 40 years old today, and you want to retire at the age of 65 with, let's say, 50,000 Rand a month income from your investments, from your retirement, all of that stuff. Now, 50,000 Rand a month, it's 50K, but it's not fireworks. It's really not fireworks. If you think about your medical age, you think about maybe your house, you think about your kids, you think just a whole bunch of things. It's not a lot of money, really. If you are 40 here and you haven't invested a cent in, let's say, your retirement annuity or some kind of investment, maybe a money market or unit trust or whatever the case may be, if you haven't started investing, how much money do you think you need to start investing every single month in order to have a 10 million Rand investment here so that you can have 50,000 Rand a month residual? How much money do you think? It's shocking. It's 25,000 Rand a month that you have to start investing every single month in order to be able at 65 only receive that. Okay? So I show this to people usually, and it makes people think. It's simple. It's very easy to kind of explain to people. Now, this is what Robert Kiyosaki calls the 40-40-40 plan. We usually talk about it in the cash flow quadrant, 40-40-40. That you're going to work. It's got nothing to do with Moses. You're going to work for 40 years, for 40 hours a week, and you may be going to retire on 40% less than what you're supposed to have. Now, today, this is probably 60-60 or 50-50-40 because the world has changed so much. Okay, so then I talk about the cash flow quadrant. I always show the cash flow quadrant. There are many people that don't show the cash flow quadrant. You don't have to show the cash flow quadrant. But the cash flow quadrant is such a powerful thing to show people, why you're stuck in that 40-40-40 plan. And the reason for that is because obviously of the system. We get taught to get good grades, go to school, go to university, and go and get a job. Now it is changing. Thank God that it's actually changing. People are starting to wake up and realize that our industry, our methods is the better way. So basically what you need to understand with this is it's very, very simple, is that the employee in the self-employed quadrant or small business quadrant, we are taught to sell time for money. Very important. You sell 1 unit of time for 1 unit of money. If you stop selling your time, your money won't come in, okay? Here, money works for you. Money works for you on this side, okay? Now, currently, 90% of the world's population is on this side, but only 10% of the world's wealth goes to them. On this side, you've got 10% of the world's population, but 90% of the world's wealth goes to them. Okay, so, and that's interesting. So, which side of the quadrant do you want to be on? And each one of these quadrants has got a few benefits and a few ups and a few downs. There's nothing wrong with being in one of these quadrants. Some of them are, positive, others are not so positive. So the employee quadrant, all that I usually say there is that the employee quadrant is that you sell your time for money. You're probably never going to get wealthy because you are finishing somebody else's dream for him, okay? Somebody else determines what your worth is. And you're really stuck. You're actually getting poorer and poorer and poorer every month because of inflation and because of all those things. Now, usually this could offend somebody. So I usually say to people, the acronym for job, having a job, not all jobs though. There are some jobs that are great. And if you love your job, then you stay there. You don't have to leave your job at all. I'm just giving an example of what are the other options for you. If you have the desire to achieve more, earn more, do something more, you never have to leave your job. But most jobs today, the acronym stands for just over broke. There's always more month at the end of the money, more month at the end of the money. Okay, self-employed or small business owners. Remember, that's important because a lot of people confuse having one franchise or having a stationery shop or having a paint shop or whatever as a business, being a business owner. Okay, this is a big business owner, this quadrant. This is a small business owner or self-employed. Again, here, you sell what? Time for money, okay? If you've got a small business, it is high risk. You can put it in there. This is a very high risk environment. In South Africa, actually across the world, if 100 companies had to start today, out of 100 companies, in 10 years, 1 to 4 will be left. In the first 2 years, 80% of them will be bankrupt. Why? Because people don't understand how to put systems in place. The reason people go bankrupt is because they lose their money is, first of all, there could be many reasons. But one of the main reasons is when people start a business, they themselves are the system. They have to do everything. Now, if you're a small business owner, you don't own the business owns you because you have to do everything. I've had my own businesses. Who here has had your own businesses? I mean, I've had it. It's tough. So, if you don't know how to put a system in place that can operate without you being there, that's very, very, very difficult. Okay. So, but also it's a lot of money. A franchise is a great system, buying a franchise, a McDonald's or whatever. It's got a system, it will run, you still have to go there because they're going to, people can steal, people can rob you. But the financial investment that you're going to have to make is exceptionally high, 5 or 10 million rand, then you've got that debt that you need to pay back. Okay, so the B quadrant, guys, all you need to know here is that these are system-driven businesses. What does system stand for? The acronym, saving yourself time, energy, and money. These guys are the guys, that have gone bankrupt like 7 times, like Elon Musk. He's been up and down, Richard Branson, Bill Gates, eventually they've got huge capital and they can put business systems in place. Richard Branson, he can travel overseas and go away and the business will still operate and make money. And usually these guys play around hugely in the investment quadrant. Now, what is so incredible about Manatech is that Manitech is a B quadrant business model because the system is already put in place. Think about how much you had to work to put the system that Manitech has in place so that it works smoothly. It's incredible. So what we do, so instead of, and I usually ask the question, you've got a choice here. You can either follow the 40-year plan, or you can follow the 2 to 5 year plan. And in the 2 to 5 year plan, what we do is we make the transition from the E and the S quadrant over to the B quadrant in 2 to 5 years, so that you can have the freedom, have that kind of money to really start investing, properly. You don't have to lose your job or leave your job or anything, but you can create extra wealth that has got longevity, that can leave a legacy, that can really, take care of you and your family and your family's family. And we help you to make the transition to go there in 2 to 5 years. That's kind of what's important. And why I like this, showing this in the plan, is because this is what I saw the first time, because they don't teach you this in school. One thing that Robert Kiyosaki, so he wrote the cash flow quadrant. And you can also always mention there, he wrote the cash flow quadrant. He was the writer of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And one thing which is so incredible what he teaches is he says that money or wealth isn't measured in money. It's measured in time. And what that means is that if you had to lose your primary income today, how many months would you still be able to continue the standard of living, before you run out of money? And that's why I wrote this book, to help people understand how to move over. Okay. And then also you're in one of these quadrants just because of a mindset. You're not in one of these quadrants because you're not intelligent, or you don't have the wisdom, or you don't have purpose or whatever. You're in one of these quadrants purely because of a mindset. Okay. So I like showing the mega trends. You don't have to show the mega trends. I would flip over and I will talk about, the 3 mega trends today. And basically all you need to know with the mega trends is that you want to be involved in something that is booming. You don't want to be involved in something that's not booming. Let me tell you, we are crushing it. Manitech is just going, and direct distribution and this business model, it's just flying, because millennials, Generation Zs, those guys, they just go full out for this. And the reason the mega trends are important is because you want to be involved in a mega trend that is really growing. And the first mega trend is health and wellness. And all that health and wellness is everything outside of the medical box, meaning fitness and fat loss, skincare, targeted health, nutrition, that's it. That's the mega trend. That's all that you need to say there. The other mega trend is called direct distribution. Okay. This is a $200 billion industry. This is bigger than the NFL, the music industry, the film industry, and the gaming industry worldwide together. And when I saw this, I thought, what is it that I'm missing? If that's such a massive industry, why didn't I know about it? And then, of course, social entrepreneurship, which is, a company that gives back to the community. And this is where we want to say, welcome to Manitech. If you can find something which is right here in the middle, this sweet spot, you've got it. You've got the spot that you can actually take ownership of and create a massive success. I often, in a home meeting, I just quickly explain to people what is direct distribution, because people want to know, what is this business model? How does it work? So in a traditional business model, and you can take it, it's so simple to just quickly go through it. In a traditional business model, you've got a manufacturer and you've got the consumer over here. So in a traditional business model, let's take this Cokie, okay? This Cokie needs to be manufactured. Let's say it costs them R2 to manufacture this Cokie. You purchase this Cokie for R10 at a Waltons. Okay. But in between here, you can have up to 27 different hands touching this product. Not in all chains, but it goes up to 27. That's ridiculous. Okay. So you've got groot handelaar, klein handelaar, you've got groot handelaar, klein handelaar, you've got distribution, you've got insurance, you've got a whole bunch of, policies, kind of to help ensure that these products. You've got marketing and advertising. Now, marketing and advertising takes about sometimes 60 to 80% of this entire cost of that 10 Rand, marketing and advertising. So you as the consumer, you pay 100% for that product, right? You pay 100% for that product, 10 Rand. But you are covering all of these costs. It's so, did you know that if you buy Coca-Cola at a grocery store, you pay the 10 Rand that you pay is actually so manipulative, really. The signs of Coca-Cola and everything saying to Coca-Cola in the store, even the advertisements on the fridge that says Coca-Cola, that Coke that you purchase, you've just purchased all of that marketing as well. That's there to manipulate you to buy the Coke. Isn't that crazy? Eh? So what did the companies realize? Okay, companies realize that they don't need this anymore. They don't need all of that stuff anymore. So you've got a manufacturer, Manatech, okay? We are in Dallas, Texas. We don't have a chimney. No. We don't have a chimney. We take care of the environment. There's you as a consumer or an associate of Manatech. You're ordering the products. You will still purchase 100%. You'll still pay 100% of the products. But instead of all of this, you purchase directly from Manatech. They'll ship the product to your doorstep in 2 to 5 working days. You receive the product, you eat it, you smile. Okay, your ears, and you just woohoo, enjoy the product. But what happens in between? You've got very little shipping costs. That's it. None of the 60 to 80% of all of that goes to you. So you've got very little shipping costs. So in Manatech's, in how Manatech works is that 56% of that 100% of this 10 Rand that you spend to get products, 56% goes back into research and development, making sure that corporate operates, getting out all these resources and the tools to all of us. That's why they can invest so much money in science, because this guy has got zero money to invest back in science. He maybe takes from all of this money, maybe takes an extra Rand or whatever, just for his profit. That's it. These guys have got a lot of money to spend to help make sure that Manatech works, and 44% of that gets paid out to us in commissions, because we serve as the vehicle and the mouthpiece that these guys are supposed to do. We do that by talking about the products, referring people to Manatech. And that's where the money comes from. Now, it's not exactly 44, because a percentage of that gets taken out for Mission 5 million and all of that stuff. So, but that's kind of how direct distribution works. Okay, next page. Are you guys with me? All good? Lekker? Okay, you guys can get over this and over this. And when you get stuck, speak to your upline. Your upline's not going to phone you and say, listen, come, let's get this thing going. You need to phone your upline and say, dude, I'm ready. He's going to go, listen, let's do this. Your upline is working with a lot of people that's putting up their hands and say, hey, come show me the plan. Johan and Leonie, come, let's go do a house meeting. Clark and Albie, yes, and let's go. I'm ready. Let's do this. I want to learn. And they drive to their uplines. Do you know that my upline has never driven to my house to come and help me? I drive to Sebastian. I fly to Vincent Yolandi van der Linde. We chat with them. And that's the culture in this business. You want to make a success and create a lot of money, which you're going to, phone your upline and sit, and your enroller and the people that you're working with, let them teach you, sit with you, be with you, show the plan, have a day where you show the plan over and over and over again, so that you can learn. Get all your friends together and say, listen, I've got to do this plan 10 times, 10 times this week, because that's the goal. I want to get good at this. Will you give me some feedback? Then you show the plan. And they're going to laugh, and they're going to jaw, and they're going to go hunt together and stuff. And some of them are going to go, oh my word, geez, this is what you're involved in. Can I have some more information? Then you sign them up. So very simple about Manatech. So who's Manatech? We've been in business since 1996. Our head office is in Dallas, Texas. We've been listed on the NASDAQ, which is incredible, NASDAQ, for the last 26 years or so, since 1999. Okay, we operate in 27 countries. So, and you can say a little bit about this. You can say a little bit about this. You know, we're not a fly-by-night company. Dallas, Texas, we're on the NASDAQ. Chat about NASDAQ, second biggest stock exchange in the world. It's incredible. We get audited 4 times a year. You know, do business in 27 countries, which gives you a global business. Okay. Manatech consists out of 3 parts. Very simple. There is products, because we operate in the health and wellness environment. There's the heart of it, which is Mission 5 million. And then there's the business opportunity where you can make lots of money. Can everybody see? Great. Health and wellness, what is it? So with products, when you show an opportunity meeting to somebody, you're not going to go very deep into the products. You're going to send them, because of your story, your testimony, other people's testimony, you tell them, I'm going to send you info about these products. They've changed, but you're not going to get very deep into it. You want to get them excited about how they can change their lives. That's the point of an opportunity meeting. So with the health and wellness, I quickly go, well, we have a disruptive technology. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. We have, we are the pioneers of glyconutrition. Glyconutrition. We found the missing nutrient. And then I quickly explain what glycans are. There's 8 glycans, they're micronutrients. You find them in nature. Your body needs them to communicate, cell-to-cell communication, which is incredible. I quickly go over that, okay? We've got 17 clinical trials. You want that. If you go into business, you want a product that's got clinical trials. You've got a 90-day money-back guarantee. And you can, talk about that. 90 days, you can buy it. If it doesn't work for you, you get your money back, okay? We've got peer reviews. Peer reviews. We've got 130 patents. Do you know how massive that is? People go, yeah, 130 patents. People have no idea that in the wellness world, how incredible this is. 130 patents, registered patents. Nobody can give what we give. Nobody. And it's to protect us. Nobody can give Manatech products to anybody else except a Manatech distributor. And of course, you can tell them, go to manatechscience.org, manatechscience.org, go check it out. These are the products. Okay. So that's all that you need to say. You keep them excited. You talk about the missing nutrient. You say, and these products change our lives. Because that person's not going to go and sit there and, you're going to start discussing the products. You're going to go off some kind of a rabbit hole, and you're not really going to be able to explain to him what it is. That's why we've got the tools, the CDs. Dr. Steve Nugent, so many PD stories, so many testimonies. That's why you don't have to be the expert, because the people are going to stand there and say, but you're not an expert on nutrition, so I'm not going to believe you. So you say, listen, no, I'm going to send you some info. You don't have to be the expert. Mission 5 million, this is the heart of Manatech. We all know what Mission 5 million is. It's a social entrepreneurial company. For every product that sells, we feed a kit for a month, which is just incredible. You're going to send them info on Mission 5 million. And of course, there's the business opportunity. What is this business opportunity? Well, it's part-time. It's part-time. You don't have to leave your job. It's part-time. You can make unlimited income. Unlimited income. You can build a global business. You can build a global business. Turnkey business. It's turnkey. You can talk about that. You just literally have to turn the key and off you go. Part-time global business, turnkey. What is the others? There's a whole bunch. It is part-time, zero risk. It's zero risk. You don't have to have a risk to start this business. Okay. So you just mention a few things about this business opportunity that can really, really, change your life. It's online. It's online. Online, home-based business. You want to build a global business in many countries, okay? You can build a legacy. Simple. Got good. Got good. Okay. Next up. Then I start with the plan. So if you want to be a customer, your account is free. You open up an account, order the products. Products will be distributed to your home. Being a customer is great. There's a referral program, but also you get 20% loyalty points. That's 20% discount on every single purchase after your third month. You can redeem it back in products. Okay. We've got a customer that's got 9,000 loyalty points, and she's going to redeem it now. 9,000. Last month we did somebody for 5,000 loyalty points, all the products for free, which is incredible. So that's a customer. As an associate, if you want to make money, your associate registration fee is a whopping 710 Rand. I always say to people, it's not even 2 cappuccinos a month. Start thinking of another example. But if you think about it, how much coffee do people sit and drink? Take away cup, take away cup, take away cup. Just if people say I don't have money, well, just stop drinking 2 cups of coffee a month for a year, and you'll have the money. It's 710 Rand. It's so simple. So for that, you will receive your business in a box. Your business in a box will come to us, and then we recommend that you order products. You want to order products. You don't have to, but you want to become a product of the product. The people that use the most products, they're the people that build the biggest businesses, because I understand what these products are all about. They know what they do for people. They understand the incredible, divinely inspired products, the gifts that we have in these products. If you haven't read Undeniable Destiny, please do yourself a favor, go read it. It's the testimony of how Manatech started. Undeniable Destiny. I'll send it, I'll put it on the groups. Okay, 710 Rand. We recommend you purchase products. We only recommend it. A lady phoned me the other day and she said she saw a presentation somewhere. Why do I have to buy 1,500? I said, no, you don't have to buy 1,500. It's just a recommendation. You must understand, people only hear what they want to hear, So it's important to explain to them, you can purchase any amount of product. You can purchase an amount. You don't even have to purchase product, but you want to become a product of the product. So we recommend you start at 1,500 Rand worth of products. Why? Because it's going to give you 3 products more or less, depending on what you buy. It's going to give you a result, but 1,500 Rand equals what we call a 100-point volume, 100 PV. And then I usually say to people, every product in Manatech has got a certain amount of points allocated to the product. For example, Omega is 28 PV, Catalyst is 42 PV, Cardio Balance is 42 PV, and it's PV. It doesn't matter in which country it is, the PV stays exactly the same. If you in America, it's usually $1 equals 1 PV. In South Africa, it's plus minus 15 Rand equals 1 PV. Some people don't even, when you show them the plan, they don't even get that. They don't understand when you talk about point volume. Sometimes you don't even have to mention PV. You can just say order the products, your own products, and off you go. You don't have to mention the PV. Only when they sign up and they kind of start learning, then you start explaining to them how this thing works. Okay? Because doing this, you will feed a kid through Mission 5 million. I suggest to people, purchase 3,000-4,000 Rand worth of product as much as you can. Because if you start a business, think about it. The amount of money that you put in, it's crazy. The loans, the debts, to start, the property you have to purchase, the vehicles you have to purchase, the software you have to purchase, the amount of money you spend to start a business. Here, people don't even want to pay 1,500 Rand for their products. I suggest to people, see it as an expense. It's a business expense. It is like saying you've got an employee and you're paying him that money. But it's not really an expense, it's an investment, because you're getting the products and you're using it, isn't it? So that equals about 1,000, well, about 100 PV. Now, here's what you do, okay? Here's your online store. There's your online store. Your goal in the beginning, is only to get 5 customers. Now, of course, you can explain to them, this has to make up 500-point volume. And you can go into all of that stuff, but you don't even have to talk about that stuff. You can say, you get your 5 customers. Once you get 5 customers, Manatech pays you out a power seller bonus of plus minus around about 1,000 Rand. As long as they order, as long as these customers order. Now, you explain the 500 PPV. These products, it can be 10 people ordering 50 PV. It can be 2 people ordering 250 PV. It can be whatever. As long as when this thing goes over 500, you're going to start earning about 1,000 Rand. You don't have to go into power seller, 20%. You don't have to go into the power seller, which is 10%. I usually just stop here. Wow, 5 customers, 1,000 Rand. What? That's incredible. And who can get 5 customers? Come on. You know, there's 7.6 billion people on this planet. There are books, there's audios, there's CDs, there's tape, there's your upline. I mean, they can teach you the skills to get 1,000 customers. You know, the help is out there, really, to teach anybody how to do this. Then what do? Okay, what you're going to do, you're always going to look for customers and associates, right? So you're going to go and get John and Cindy, people that also your friends, they also want to make money, and you teach them how to do this to get 5 customers. Once you've taught them how to do 5 customers, they will each get their 1,000 rand plus minus, right? But because you've done this, you receive what they call a team 2 bonus, which is 1,500 rand. Now you're sitting on 2,000 rand. And what is incredible is every 2 people you help with 500, you get a team 2, then you get a team 4, team 6, team 8, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. You don't even have to draw it out. That just becomes so super exciting. But here's where the big money lies. Okay. Now, once you get to this place here, this point here, okay. Now, we all know this is not pyramidal. Sometimes I draw it like there's you, and you help that person, and you help this person, so that it looks like it's in a line. That it doesn't look like this, because people go, oh, it's a pyramid. But you know what? Everything in life is a pyramid. Your church is a pyramid. You've got the pastor, and you've got the people that work for him, and the workroom, and eventually all the employees. Your boss, that's a pyramid. You've got the CEO, and everybody out there, employees, he makes all the money, and all the employees are at the bottom. Any organization, any NGO is in a structure of a pyramid. People go, it's a pyramid. But people don't even know what they say when they don't even know what they mean. People usually confuse pyramids with Ponzi schemes. Ponzi schemes are illegal. Okay, that's completely legal. We are the only business that's not pyramidal, because the person who works the hardest makes the most money. Okay, so and then I'll end off the presentation. So once you get to this place, okay, meaning you've got 1,500 PPV in your business, right? Because you've helped 2 people, help them to get their products. You've got 1,000 PV, 1,500 PPV in their business. So you've got about 15 customers. You got 5, they got 5 each. It's about, 15 customers. You're feeding 15 kids in Mission 5 Million. Here you call the director. And a director's income is anything between 750 and 3,000 rand every single month. Now, the reason we say that is, remember, because you get director, silver director, gold director. Now only we get to ED. Now, we don't show it on the plan because it's too much. You can if you want to, but it's just too much. So remember, this is over and above the power seller. I didn't even speak about the first order bonus, because sometimes people just forget it. You can talk about the first order bonus, the 20% that you receive every single time. I just want to get through it because I want to get people excited, okay, about how simple this is to make money, right? Now, when you're at this level, okay, what you need to do is, it's so simple. You help 4 people to also get to director level, okay? Now, that's the easiest way. You don't have to help 4 people first become director before you get ED. You might become executive director by just a whole bunch of PV underneath you. That guy sells that guy, that guy sells that. But the proper way, the clever way, is to do this, because now you're building your business on leadership. You're creating other leaders. It's not just PV in your business. But it's very simple just to explain to people it this way. You have 4 people get to director. Now you have got 6,000 PV in your business. Here you called an executive director. Did you get all 60? No. An executive director is anything between 3,000 and 10,000 rand every month. Why there? Because silver executive director is also included in the next steps. Now, usually here I say to people, I mean, you can do that in a month. You can do it in a month. You can do it in 2 months. You can do it in 3 months. It doesn't matter. But the moment you hit executive director and you're earning this kind of money, now a stable, good executive director with their team 2s, they are achiever. They're not just, you don't have to say this to them. I'm just saying it to you. A stable ED, team 2, team 4, he's an achiever. He's not just an ED. He's an achiever ED, which means he's got growing associates. His associates is core. He shows 10 plans a week, he's got over 1,000 PPV. That is an achiever. That's somebody that takes his business seriously, okay? Earns anything between, with their, other bonuses, 5, 6, 7,000 rand. Now, if you've got R1 million in the bank, that's what you're going to earn, interest. So your business is already worth R1 million. Some of the people on this business, their businesses is already worth 10 million rand. That's what their businesses are worth, because they're earning 50,000 rand a month residual income. Okay. And they've done it in what, 2 years, 3 years? That's incredible. Instead of 40 years, like, do you see it? Now, don't tell your people, do you see it? Well, you can if you want, And then, of course, you just again, you duplicate. You take 4 people, you help 4 people to get to this level. So you just keep on duplicating. That's all you do. You learn, you grow, and just keep on duplicating, creating directors. It'll go silver director, gold director, then ED, and you just keep on working at the bottom, just create these guys. Now you'll be at over 20,000 PV or 200 customers. Okay. Now you earn anything between 15 and 25,000 rand a month. That's massive. That is incredible. And you just keep on duplicating. You help, 2 people to achieve this level. Now you're going to be at 40,000 PV. That's presidential director. There you earn 35 to what? 50, 60,000 rand a month. And where it becomes so incredible once you get to this level is when you help another person earn this kind of money, you become bronze PD. That's 80,000. You become bronze presidential director. When a bronze presidential director helps another person earn 40,000, become PD, you become silver presidential director, which is 120,000. Oh, sorry, 160,000 people. And off you go. And usually kind of that's where I stop. Some people just want to make 5 or 10,000 rand a month. When you start going into 200, 250, 500,000 rand a month, people don't even comprehend it. Some people just go, oh, yeah, I'll never get there. I just at the moment want to make 5 or 10 or 20,000 rand a month. However, there are people that go, what? But I usually kind of stop here. And say, that's the compensation plan. That's how you make money. If not this, then what? If not now, when? And then I go, when do you start? Boom. And I high five them. They go, I say, yeah, when do you start? Let's go. Come. I don't want to leave you behind. This is the compensation plan. Is there anything, what is it that you like the most? After the comp plan, I chat to people and I say, this is it. And people usually sit there, they don't really know what they saw. They go, that's crazy. The first question you should ask them is, what did you like most? Not what did you think, because that opens them up to saying whatever they want to say. What did you like most? Well, I like Mission 5 Million. Sure, I loved the passive income. I love the residual income, Sure, some people would walk on and say, I'm signing up tomorrow. Then I say to people usually, listen, so who's ready to start? I know some of you are not. You ready to start? Never going to be a great moment, There you go. So some people will go, then I say, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to chat with you tomorrow, or we can chat right now. What info do you need? More info do you need so that you can actually, and they'll say, listen, I'm going to send you this, I'm going to send you this, I'm going to send you that. But when will you have watched it? Well, give me 2 days. Great. I'm going to call you then. Then we can chat, we go for coffee, whatever, boom. And that's how you show the plan. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Please do yourself a favor, get the recording. It's on the groups tomorrow. Just go through this again. Go and sit with your upline, upline ED, silver ED, whatever, and just, learn how to do this. It is so simple, because let me tell you, the restrictions are going less and less and less. People are back in house meetings. The guys are doing house meetings like crazy. The guys in Middelburg and Lichtenburg, Secunda, people here in Joburg, people in Worcester, across, everywhere. People are doing house meetings, having 10, 15 people in their house. I'm doing a house meeting on Wednesday for somebody. He's going to have 10 people in his house. I said, listen, if you have 10 people in your house, come on, let's do this call. Let's get people going. And that's as simple as that. So we've got 15 minutes left. Does anybody have a question? Please raise your hand. And if the PDs want to say something, maybe I left out something that you just want to share to people, that what helps you, what doesn't help you. If you want to ask something, please let me know. So we've got 15 minutes left. I know people have got questions. Don't be afraid. You can only grow when you ask. So I'm going to put my camera off and I'm going to wait for somebody that puts up their hand. Oh my word, these guys don't want to ask questions. Why are you afraid to ask questions? You don't have to be afraid. There's nothing like a dumb question ever. You know, maybe you want, do you see, you want to ask a question? You can unmute yourself.
Heike, Johan, yes, I just wanted to say to everybody, the golden lesson that we have basically, realized over time is that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So don't be scared to say whatever you want to with reference to what you were taught tonight. And I think the second thing that's most important is probably to be seriously excited when you present. Like Heike, everybody on the call, you've seen Heike. There's no prospects on, there are no prospects on tonight's call, but Heike is presenting as if everybody on this call is a prospect. That's the excitement that we need as a team when we present. So those are the only two things that I wanted to comment on. Thank you, Heike.
Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Leonie. Ach, man. Yeah, so again, excitement, enthusiasm, talk. When people say, yes, I done this, just tell them, listen, dude, I also still don't really know, but I'm going to get my leader and my coach and everybody to explain to you. All I know is I'm going somewhere, I'm going to achieve my dreams, and I want to take you with me. Dalian, you wanted to ask a question. Can you unmute yourself or not really? Wait, there we go. I'm going to press here. Yeah. Okay, you can unmute yourself.
Unmute.
There we go.
Hi, Heike. Oh, sorry, I'm still sitting here in the dark. Our electricity has been off since
You want to
11.
come over to our house? Come to our house.
Oh, shame. They're saying that city power is on its way. So yeah, it's a cable stolen.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks very much for this. I started having house meetings myself again, and the vibe is just so much different than what you've got it on Zoom. But with the Zoom, presentations and whatever, makes you a bit lazy because you can read everything off. So this now is so nice and so quickly, 45 minutes and we're done. And yeah, it's just such impactful if you've got people in front of you and they can ask questions at the same time as well.
Thank you, Dalian. You can really come to our house. Geraldine is on her way if you want to.
Thanks. If it doesn't come on later, then yeah, maybe I'll just come and take a
Okay,
shot.
let us know. You don't stay in the dark. You're more than welcome. You just live around the corner. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Bye.
Hello, Erika. Ek sien jou hand is op. Hold on, I'm going to unmute you. I forgot the mouse in Klerksdorp, so I'm working this thing with, there we go.
Hello, hope you are well. I would like to know, what is the per time limit for showing the plan?
You know what, Erika, it's a very good question. Let me tell you what I did in the beginning. So in the beginning, I literally spoke people into the business, and I, in the same time, spoke them right out of it. Because I had this, I spoke so much that eventually there were people that they wanted to sign up, and I just didn't stop talking because I didn't get to the end and made the close and made a point. I just kept on talking. So that was a big thing that I had to learn, to really say the essentials, be enthusiastic, and try to get them to take action at the end. So, if you can do the plan in 30 minutes, sure. That's powerful, very powerful. A written plan, sometimes it can take 45 minutes. The reason the Zoom kind of takes so long is because, you get through everything and you've got whys and you've got product testimonies and all of that stuff. When you do a house meeting, you share your product testimony. Maybe your upline is with you, or a customer or somebody, he shares his product testimony, and you can just go. I mean, there's no time limit, but usually the shorter, the better. Look, in a house meeting, when you've got usually people at your house, they're still going to stay a while. They're going to have some coffee. Please don't cater for them and get food and all crazy stuff, because somebody will walk in there and go, oh, at my house, I won't be able to give them food. So I probably won't be able to do it. So you keep it as basic and simple as possible. And usually I would say the shorter, the better. Really, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, done. You can show them a video, and that's usually better, I would say. Maybe the upline wants to, or one of them wants to say something on that. If you've got a thumbs up. Because remember, afterwards, people are going to sit there, they're going to talk, and Our job is not to convince people. Our job is to tell stories. A person will ask you a question, and you'll say, this guy, this and this and this happened. Here's a customer, this happened. This is kind of what I've learned, what I've seen. I'm going to send you an audio. Listen to this. So you want to make it short and sweet. Anybody else has a question? Anything. It doesn't matter what, whether it's about the business, whether it's a plan, whether it's about you stuck, maybe you feel confused, maybe you feel you're struggling to take action, maybe there's, stuff happening in your life, you can share that. Desiree Pretorius, let me just all the way from Langebaan. Yes, Desiree. Desiree, you can unmute yourself.
Hi julle, ek net weet hytjie, gaan daar nog online opportunity meetings wees? Want en soos die training vir Saterdag ook, jy weet ons wil ek net weet of daar nog daai geleenthede gaan wees, want daar is mense wat ek ken. Okay.
Absolutely. So dankie dat jy dit noem, Desiree. So hierdie Saterdag wat ek gaan vir julle sê is monthly training. Don't miss it. It's 9 o'clock till 1 o'clock. It's monthly training. Dis ons hele span van Sebastian hulle afsoen toe. Julle gaan onthou net een ding, as jy nie by monthly training is nie, then your team will also not be at monthly training. Here's the thing. You want to become the person that you want in your downline. Everybody in their downline wants somebody that's going to go platinum, so that he can grow the business. Everybody wants that leader. You're never going to get that leader until you become that person first. And going to monthly trainings once a month is so crucial, because if you're not there, your team's not there. Your team will always do what you do. And monthly training, one of the 5 core activities, it's this Saturday from 9 till 1. It's going to be incredible. If you're brand new, you can't miss it. You can't miss it, because then you're going to wait another month for it. You just can't miss it. And of course, we're going to go back to having physical monthly trainings with a projector at events. That is so incredible. So just to say with you, Desiree, Zoom calls will always be there. Now you must understand, how does a meeting grid, the follow-up, really work? What usually happens is you'll meet somebody in a coffee shop or at your house or wherever, you'll show him the plan. Then what you want to do is you always want to set up your next appointment by exposing them to Manatech again. So usually that would be at an opportunity meeting. Invite them to an opportunity meeting, whether it's a physical opportunity meeting, whether it's a house meeting, whether it's a Zoom call, you do that. Then, of course, after that, you want to get that person to super regionals. Once that person has gone through that loop and he's heard from other people about Manatech, he sees success stories, he sees this, he hears from the upline, he does 3-way calls, he goes to super regionals, that's where he signs up. So the Zoom calls will always be there. You can continue inviting people, but unless you start showing the plan, you're going to get to a place in your business where, you want to take ownership. You want to go sit in front of people tomorrow. You want to teach this. You want to learn this. You want to understand this. Now you're going to start becoming somebody that can very quickly, in 15 minutes, talk to somebody, show them what you do. This is how I'm going to make a millionaire out of you. He's going to go, what? I say, yeah, I create millionaires. That's what I do. How do you do that? Well, here's my card. Let me show you. Come, I'll sit down with you. You want to show it. You don't always want to wait for the upline to do a Zoom call. You should do your own Zoom calls. That's when people start going, oh, wow, now you've taken ownership. You want to show your own plans, but the upline is there to help you and guide you until you're ready to do that. Yes, Johan, have you got another question? No? Anybody else? Any question?
Yes, Johan, I just wanted to say one thing, and everybody thinks that they need to buy the big board right away to start. You don't have to. You can start with one-to-one presentations in your house, in somebody else's house. And for that purpose, we do exactly what Heike did tonight. You just write it onto a notepad, a very simple notepad. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Yeah, man, I'll have coffee with somebody, ask him a few questions always about his dream. What does he want to do? What does he want to achieve and stuff? And then I'm going to show him this, and this is what I'm involved in. I want to share this with you. And I take out an A4 piece of paper with a pen. And I draw what I just showed you just quickly there. And a person will sit and remember, some people will go, oh, okay, that's great, fine, walk away, that's fine. Next person, he'll sign up. You have to go through the numbers. You just have to. And once, here's the thing, I was driving in my car today. We came back from Klerksdorp yesterday, and I was really just thinking about We've had a whole bunch of challenges with people very close to us passing on. My godfather probably won't see tonight. I went and I prayed for him today. I anointed him. I'm a Christian, okay? You don't have to be. But he's probably not going to make tonight. So we've had a lot of people that have been passing, and I'm sure you too as well. It's been COVID. It's been devastating. But, I was kind of thinking about the Four Seasons CD, or audio. If you go into Manatech Plus, there's an audio called The Four Seasons that an American lady presents. And that book was written by Jim Rohn, the great network marketer, Jim Rohn. I'm sure you've listened to all his CDs and his books. He's probably one of our greatest tutors and mentors in this business. And so he wrote a book, and this lady just sums it up very quickly. It's on an audio. You can listen to it in your car. And she talks about the seasons in life, the winters and the falls and the summers and the springs, and how it works and how that looks like in our lives, especially when it comes to this business. And let me tell you, once you've accepted the fact that there are seasons in your life, once you've accepted the fact that life does this all the time, for every up, there will be a down. For every down, there will be an up. It will always, Jim Rohn says, if you get your own planet one day and you want to change the deal, then you can do it there. But on this planet, that's how life works, and we have to accept it. But once you accept it in this business, you continue just doing what you need to do. You continue sowing, you continue reaping, you continue showing the plan, you continue. People are going to come, people are going to go, people are going to fall out, but over time, of course, it does this, but it will go up and up. It will always, the long-term curve will go up unless you quit. When you quit, the business does that. And a lot of people in this business says, no, I'm still doing Manatech, I'm still doing this and still doing that, but they're not actively showing the plan and they're not actively showing the product. Now, if you don't show the plan to people or, actively building the business, then you're not building the business. Then you've got your restaurant, you've closed the doors, you've got the restaurant there, but you're not making any money. Building this business means you're learning, you're growing, you're showing the plan, you're working with your upline part-time. But it's this desire. You've got to fall in love with this business. You've got to fall in love with your dreams. You've got to fall in love with knowing that 2 to 5 years, you've got to fall in love with that fact. 2 to 5 years, I don't have to sell my time for money anymore. You've got to fall in love with that. Because what is the byproduct of falling in love? It's pursuit. I remember when I fell in love with Geraldine. Yeah, Ballas, let me tell you, I had to just hold myself back. But I pursued her and I didn't stop. Nothing else mattered. Because I fell in love with her. So the result of that was pursuit. I pursued that. And you have to learn how to fall in love with this business, fall in love with the camaraderie, fall in love with the fellowship, fall in love with being core, fall in love with being 100% healthy on lead team. Why? Because it grows you, it teaches you, it's going to create such an incredible life for you. But you have to fall in love with it, and it comes with time as you learn, as you grow, as you move forward. So very, very important. Any other question? Last question before we close this baby down and then see you guys on the Tanya Steenkamp. One last call. One last question. Sorry, guys. I know it's 7 o'clock. Yes, Tanya?
Hi, Aitjie. Hi. Hallo almal. Ek wil net gou weet, sê nou maar ek het iemand die inligting gestuur oor die produkte en die persoon stel moontlik belang in die besigheid. En ek het na 2 dae teruggekom na die persoon toe gevra, het jy gekyk na die goedjies? Is daar iets waarvan jy gehou het? En die persoon sê vir my, nee, ek het nog nie gekyk nie. Hoeveel dae moet jy weer tyd gee om op te volg met daardie persoon of hy wel na die goed in die inligting gekyk het?
Wel, jy sien Tanya, dis 'n goeie vraag wanneer mense in besigheid ingaan en so ek wil nooit 'n pushy oorkom nie. Nooit. Never. Ek wil nie mense push hierdie. Oomblik wat iemand gaan voel, maar jy push hom, dan gaan hy weet jy push hom want jy wil hy moet iets koop. Glad nie. Ek sal vir hom onthou nou net wat jy moet doen. So hier's 'n goeie les wat jy kan leer. Want baie mense is baie besig. Ek het nou die dag vir 'n pel van my boodskap gestuur, hy het hom vanaand eers gelees. Mense kom nie by hulle goed uit nie. Nie almal nie. So wat ek doen is luister hier. Is it okay if I send you some information? If I send you, will you ever look at it? Yes. Okay. By when do you think, more or less, you're gonna teen wanneer kan ek jou bel? Dan gaan jy daarna kyk, dan gaan hy sê, kom ons sê oor 2 dae. Dan chat met hom, ek sal vir hom WhatsApp stuur, hey dude, hoe gaan dit met jou? Het jy kans gehad om hierna te kyk? Jy weet, dan gaan hy sê, nee, nog nie, skus, ek sê jammer, dan gaan ek sê, okay, gee nog 2 dae, kom ons chat oor 2 dae. So ek sal net vir haar sê, hey Tanya, jy nog nie daar gepraat, kom ons chat oor 2 dae. Okay, lovey, hartjie, mooi gesiggie, let's chat in 2 days. Okay, en dan wanneer sy sê, sy het hierna gekyk, maar sy weet nog nie lekker wat aangaan, dan sê vir haar, luister gou, Karen, Claradine, Sandra, kom ons connect gou man met awesome pelle van een van my leiers, een van die mense wat regtig weet hiervan, kom ons doen 'n 3-way call, jy kan al jou vra wanneer sal dit jou pas, kom ons chat, jy gaan dit baie geniet, and even if you just learn something, that's great, you know, so dat jy regtig 'n besluit kan maak out of wisdom, en nie net assumption nie, en dit is so 'n ware ding, because a lot of people just make decisions because they assume, hulle kan nie die besigheid doen, they assume it's sales, they assume, oh, it's one of those things, nee, our job is to give people enough info en connect hulle met genoeg mense in die besigheid. Want onthou, jy vertel nou vir hulle, jy gaan hierdie ding doen, en hy ontmoet miskien een ander wat suksesvol is. Die oomblik as so ou op so 'n call kom, en hy sien al hierdie ouens by Manatech, en hy ontmoet al die suksesvolle mense, dan gaan heen tog, okay, daai doen dit, ek kan dit ook doen. The moment hy sê, so jy wil die ou, soveel as moontlik mense connect eventually, wat suksesvol is, en dan gaan die ou gaan, wow, okay, great, sy belief system groei, but take your time, be gentle, ander mense is weer vinnig daarop, but follow up beteken ook, jy weet, oor 'n paar dae, jy weet, chat met haar, be open about it, vra vir hoe gaan dit, jy weet, praat hoe gaan met haar familie, so, it's really about learning, following up is a groot skill, it's one of the biggest skills in this business that people must learn, want mense dink hulle die plan gewys, nou stuur hulle 'n video, nou kyk jy ou dit nie, hy saai nie op nie, following up, means how to build that relationship, build trust, build respect oor tyd, sodat daai eventually nie anders kan om jou te support nie. So, dit is verskriklik belangrik. The skill to follow up, and you will all learn it if you are teachable and you are willing to learn, obviously. So, okay, met dit gaan ek sê good night. Ons gaan die recording môre op die groep sit. Baie dankie almal as julle enige vrae het, speak to your ED, speak to your upline, set up those home meetings, man. Dan kom jy ouens en dan leer jy om dit te doen, sodat jy oor 2 jaar goners is, jy weet, geld maak en but op die einde van die dag, we want to make money, we want to change people's lives, but we want to make money. So sien julle nou op die Platinum Call Saturday training. Cheers guys, bye, dankie Johan hulle, dankie leiers, Daleen, bye.